What's good, guys? It's your girl Jasmine Sade back with another video. First of all, as you can see, I don't know if my shirt is leaning or my head is leaning. Black Queendom, it's the brand. Get into it again. You can go find that. Actually, this is a set. It's a crop top. Oh, you guys can't see. It's a crop top. It comes with a jogger set. I think it's called Boss Up Set on my website. You can go purchase that. I also think it's on my Etsy shop. You can go purchase that. You can purchase the set with my brand on it, or you can purchase the set with something else on it, or, you know, plain. Doesn't matter. Just as long as you make a purchase. My website is down below in the description box. Also, my Etsy shop is down below in the description box. Cool. I know what you're thinking. Why every time you get on here, your hair look a mess? But I got a relaxer. So my hair is actually straight. It's just very staticky right now, so it won't lay down. But I got a relaxer, guys. I can actually put my hair in a tight ponytail now. But nobody cares. This is another lifestyle of an entrepreneur vlog or entrepreneur vlog video, not blog video. I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about pricing. I've had questions about how do you do your pricing. When I first started out, I was asking, you know, how do I set up my pricing? Because for me, I don't want my pricing to be too high, but I also need to make a profit off of it. So that's a big thing for me, pricing. And so I've had to realize too, because I have a lot of friends who have started their own businesses and their pricing, why my eyebrows look so wretched. Their pricing, one of my friends, her prices are so high. And I'm just like, dang, girl, like, why your price is so high? And the other reason, and I don't say it to her, I say it to myself, because I be wanting to buy stuff, you know, so I can support. But at the same time, some of the items that I want to purchase from her, I have noticed that they are on my vendor site. And one of the vendors that I use. And I found out about this vendor because there are certain products that I purchase to do that she also purchased from the same vendor. And I'm just like, I can get it. I hate to say it, but I was like, I can get it so much cheaper from my vendor just for me, even if it's just for me, not me ordering in bulk, but just getting it for myself. So I'm just like, dang. And so, but at the same time, I cannot tell her, you know, how to set her prices. If I'm going to support, I'm going to support. And like I say, you always support your small businesses, small but mighty businesses. I don't like calling us small, but small but mighty businesses. So these are just a few tips that I want to let you guys in on when I say when it comes to pricing. And you can also adjust from the tips that I'm giving, because I try to keep myself as low as I possibly can. Sometimes I put myself in a situation where it's actually not benefiting me. But so I'm going to try to explain this to you by doing examples. So we're going to say, let's see, something that I have really close to me right now. Okay, let's go with this. Okay. We're going to go with this tumbler here. Alright, this is a Starbucks tumbler, guys. A Starbucks tumbler that I made. It is sublimation. So you see how nice and pretty this tumbler is? We're going to just see, can I hold it right here the entire time while I'm talking? Okay? Alright. So, it costs money to purchase the tumbler. It costs money to sublimate the tumbler. tumbler. And when I say it costs money to self-made tumbler, because you have to think about the pricing of the paper, the pricing of the ink, the amount of ink that it's going to cost to be on the paper, how many sheets of paper you may use just to get one design printed out correctly, and then the amount of time that it takes you to make a design from scratch, the amount of time that it takes you to print out that design, to put it on the cup, the process it takes to get the cup made. Sometimes you purchase designs from other people. That's going to cost a fee. And then, too, after you've made the cup, you have to put in special packaging. You have to put the packaging. Then when it comes to the packaging, you have to think about the size of the packaging that you're going to use, the amount of packaging you need, if you want an extra grip it, so you have bubble wrap, or you have the bubble bag packaging, you have the saran wrap, you have all these different things that go into this. And also, when it comes to, like, for instance, this design, I did not make this design myself. I found this design from a Etsy shop, and I purchased this design. So, and also, too, if you don't feel the need or don't have the time to make these designs yourself, most designs I make myself, and sometimes I like to support other companies, so I'm just like, I'm going to get this from you, especially when design is bomb, and it's already made, so it takes me less time to do it. But you have to think about the price it's going to cost for that design. And that also plays a factor into getting, or, setting the price for this tumbler. Because you're just like, if I buy this design, somebody told me they want a Starbucks tumbler, and I paid, let's just say $3 for this design. Am I going to make this money back? That's a big thing, okay? And then, too, what goes in that is the shipping price. And people think they're just like, I don't want to pay all this money for shipping, this, that, and the third. The prices that are being set for shipping don't necessarily come from the person you're purchasing it from. You have to think about how much it costs to ship it. Certain weights cost more money. The way I have my website set up, I try to make sure I weigh everything that's on my website, because the way it's set up in my settings, whatever, if you purchase this tumbler, it's going to factor. It's set up through the United States Postal Service. So it's going to set in the distance that you are from me, the weight of this, the size of the packaging, all of that confect. I don't come up with those prices. And if for some reason USPS is not working properly, or they cannot access the price that USPS would charge for it, it sets up a backup pricing of $9.95 for shipping. And then I purchase the label, I put it on there, and I ship it out. But back to the price, that's just the shipping price. Also, I want to talk about the tax price. People's like, why you got to charge me tax? Why do you have to charge me tax? If you are a legitimate business who is recognized by the state of Mississippi, which is where I live, or whatever other state that you live in, you're going to have to pay taxes every month. When I say pay taxes, I mean, if, let's say, I sold $3,500 in products for the month of January, and I collected $500 worth of taxes of those $3,500 that I sold in products. That $500 that I collected in taxes, I have to pay that $500 to the state of Mississippi. Whatever it is that I make in taxes, it's 7 cents to a dollar. I think they went up on taxes now. It's like 8 cents, 9 cents to a dollar, whatever the case is. Whatever it is that I make in taxes, I have to pay that back to the state of Mississippi every month. Every month. I kid you not, I have to pay it on the 20th of every month. Not a joke. Because it's a legitimate business. If you're doing business in whatever state you're doing it, you have to pay those taxes. That's why you have to charge taxes. So when I say, if somebody DMs me like, hey, how much does this cup cost? And I say such and such price, not including shipping and handling and taxes, that does not include that. You're going to have to pay those taxes, because the state of Mississippi said you got to pay those taxes. I ain't just taking the money and keeping it in my pocket. I have to pay it to the state of Mississippi. It ain't for me. And you got excuse me, you have to pay for the shipping, because I'm not finna pay to ship it. It's for you. How am I making money if I'm paying for your shipping? The shipping money doesn't go to me either. The only thing that goes to me is how much you pay for this, which takes us back to the price you set for these cups. On my website, it has, I think it's under steel tumblers. And under the steel tumbler option, you can get this as a single cup, or you can get it as a set. I think it's either labor set or his and her set, just to let you know you get two. I think that I have it set up where you can get a pack of 6. I don't really know. But for the time being, we have a single cup, or you can get a set. So single is 1 and set is 2, right? Now, your next option is the size. And I think on my website I have 16-ounce tumblers, 20-ounce tumblers, 20-ounce skinny tumbler, which is this. This is a 20-ounce skinny tumbler. I have a 16-ounce over there, but I don't really feel like getting up to get it, so we're gonna just stay focused. So you can choose, after you've chosen whether or not you want a single or a set, you can choose a 16-ounce, a 20-ounce, a 20-ounce skinny, a 30-ounce. I think I have a 30-ounce skinny on there. I don't think I've updated yet, but I'm about to start providing those. And a 32-ounce. Cool. Now, your price already started. When you chose to get a single tumbler, that price right there set that price. If you chose to get two, that adjusted that price. Now, depending on what size you get, that changes their price. So if I wanted a 16-ounce tumbler, that price started at whatever that price started, I do not know. If I said I wanted one 20-ounce skinny tumbler, that automatically put me at something. I don't know. I wish I knew. We're going to say $22. Okay, $22. Now, after you've chosen that, then your next option, this is how I have it set up on my website. This is not for everybody. But your next option is to choose how you want it tumbler, how you want it customized. So I know for a fact a single 20-ounce skinny tumbler sublimated. This is sublimated, which means I had to sublimate this design on here. This is $22, not including tax, not including shipping and handling. It's $22. Okay, this is $22. Now, you can get it sublimated, you can get it glittered, you can get it monogrammed and glittered, you can get it painted, you can get it painted in monogram, you can get it just monogram. Like, there are a variation of options you can choose to have done for this. And if you have questions, you can just send me a little question in the little text box, little chat box that pops up at the bottom. But that's besides the point. So I have this set for $22. And in actuality, I have to change the price on this because I'm actually losing money for this. Because now, I have two different ways that I can do this tumbler. I'm going to sit this down. So the first way, originally I bought a 6-pack of skinny ounce tumblers. Yeah, it started back snowing. I bought a 6-pack of 20 skinny ounce tumblers, and they were just plain tumblers, and I had to coat them with sublimation coating myself. That 6-pack cost me so much from my vendor. That coating cost me so much. It's a 3-hour process in total. Maybe it's a 4-hour process in total just to get that coated, dried, primed, coated again, dried, primed, just to get that ready to even be sublimated. And then the process of sublimating the design on there, wrapping, shipping, all of that. If I do it that way, this tumbler right here should cost you anywhere between $30 and $50 because that's a long process. Or I reach out to my vendor or my other vendor and I purchase tumblers that already have the sublimation coat on them, which means I don't have to coat it myself. All I have to do is get it, imprint the design on there, and go on about my business. But still, that means I have to pay, depending on if I get one single tumbler, just one, or if I purchase a package or multiple, that's going to cost me a certain amount of money. And then I have to pay for shipping and handling. If it's not a purchase over a certain order, that's another fee. Then I get it here, and I have to go through the process of either making a design or I already have the design on my computer. That's time. That's time and effort. Then I have to put that design on the cup, which is a whole process in itself, which takes so much time and perfection. Because if you screw up, you're gonna end up with a seam. You're gonna end up with a crooked design. Like it will have so much stuff going on with this cup if you do not get it right. Okay. So, and then you have to let it sit. So you make sure you don't mess up. Let it cool down. You peel it off properly. All of that. Then you have to wrap, ship, and package. That determines your pricing. So one good rule of thumb, I would say, which where my mom started me from. Take your item. Let's say it costs me $10 to purchase a blank tumbler from somebody, from a as I said, dealer. Sound like drugs. It takes me $10 to purchase this from my vendor, right? Just one single cup costs me $10. Then it costs me $8 to get it shipped to me. why did I go with this vendor? Because at that point in time, all of my other vendors are out of stock, and this is what I'm left with. I have a list of vendors that I use, multiple vendors that I use for multiple products. Okay, all right. So that's already brought me up to $18 that I'm paying for this tumbler. $18 just to get a blank tumbler sent to me. When I say blank, I mean it looks just like this, or not like this because this is matte, but essentially it looks just like this. Okay, all right. That's a blank tumbler. All right. I paid $18 to get this shipped to me. That was the cost of the tumbler and the $8 they charged me to ship it. All right. Okay. Now, from that $8, that's already factored in the price that I got to set for this to be purchased from my website. Now I got to include my time, the amount of time it's going to take me to get the design on here, the effective process that's going to have in there, and I also have to make a profit off of this. So $18, that my price I already set at $18 because I have to make that $18 back. Then we're going to set a rule of thumb, $10. So we're going to add an additional $10 to that because that $10 should factor in the amount of paper you have to use, the amount of ink you have to use, the time it gets you to get that design on there straight with no issues. Also, sometimes you have to factor in, you might make a mistake and then you screwed. So now what you gonna do? Which you cannot charge them for them making that mistake. That's why you take your time. But you have to charge for your time, your design, your effort, all of that. So, and you also want to make back what you already got. So you already started at $18. We'll say $10. So now you charge them $10 for the design, the time, and the effort it take you to put into that. So you already at $28 right there, right? And then the handling fee. That means the way you have to package. So to keep this bad boy all pretty nice and neat, I have to, after I've sublimated, I sit it there and let it does what it needs to do. I take the covering off that I put on here. I cannot ship this right after it's done because I have to make sure it's gonna set in, it's not gonna mess up. So once I finish this, I have to put it in this little slippies, in this little baggies. Now, you can get your products wherever you want to get them from. Sometimes your vendors send you extra stuff to keep it wrapped up in, which is great. And sometimes you have to learn it from yourself. So you go Dollar Tree, you get you some little baggies, some little Ziploc bags, or whatever the case is. Whatever store you feel like has a good deal on things. You don't always have to order everything offline. But you put it in a little baggie. You know, keep it nice and coated. Keep your straws in its plastic. Then you're going to put it in some bubble wrap because you're going to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that nothing happens to this beautiful cup. Nothing. You put it in some bubble wrap. Wrap it up. Wrap it up, guys. Wrap it up. Then you have to put it in a box. You don't have to put it in a box. If it comes with a box, you put it in a box. If you don't have an extra box, then don't worry about it. You put it in a box. That right there is time. I'm just going to ship this. Then you put in your shipping. Then you got to go and you got to print off your label. So you already at $28. We're going to round it up to $30. You're charging $30 for this cup. I don't charge $30 for my cup. But let's just say you're charging $30 for this cup. And then it's the additional tax. So whatever your tax is in your state or area or whatever times that $30, that's going to be charged. And then there's shipping and handling. There's shipping, what is it? Label. That's going to be charged. Your price is determined not only by how much you have to get back in order to keep yourself afloat, but you have to charge for your time. You have to charge for your products or your other products that you're using to make that situation happen. You cannot just, it does not benefit you to sell something for the price you got it from because then you're not making a profit. Okay? I cannot go pay $18 for this tumbler and then sell this tumbler to you for $18. How did I make any money off of it? I didn't. Therefore, I'm not a business. I'm a third party who is sending products to you when you could have just went and bought it from the vendor I got it from. You just weren't going to have no design on it. It was just going to be a plain tumbler. You just going to be sitting there looking crazy. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I had some notifications coming through on my phone. But like I was saying, you have to set your prices according to the amount of time and effort it takes for you to do that. Also, the amount of product you're going to use to make that one product. Like, for instance, if I'm selling a Boss Up set, right? And somebody wants this set with my logo on and all of that. I have these sets and I have to pay so much per set to get it. And everything that I provide does not necessarily come in bulk pricing. And I'm a business. I have a reseller's permit, this, that, and the third. So you get certain discounts with your reseller permit, which is why it benefits you to register your business with your state. Yeah, you're going to have to pay tax every month, but that legalizes you. But you're also going to get discounts, so you won't have to pay back as much taxes that you do, that you can get so many products and not have to pay the taxes from that company that you're purchasing from or that vendor that you're purchasing from. But let's say somebody wants to order this set right here. It costs me so much to buy this set. It costs me so much to put this on here because this is vinyl. This is material that I have to purchase from another vendor to get it on here. All the time, Walmart does not have the exact color that I want. It also does not always have what I need. And sometimes the prices at Walmart is too high. So I have to go with another vendor who gives me better material for a better price. And that's just how it works. So I have to set my price according to how much it costs me to get this, how much vinyl I'm going to use to make this top, how much it's going to cost me to put it on here, the amount of time it's going to get on there, and then how long it takes me to get this ready and shipped out. That's how you set your prices. It does not matter who has something to say, how they feel about your prices. They're either going to purchase it or they're not. Somebody's going to pay for it. But you also cannot set your prices out to be ridiculous. Like, oh, I'm going to have to charge $6.95 for shipping. Or, prime example. Let's say we still got this Starbucks cup right here, right? And the price, we're selling this Starbucks cup, it costs us $7 to purchase this Starbucks cup. And we've set our price to $50 for the Starbucks cup. Why do we set our price to $50? Because, excuse me, sorry guys. We set our price to $50 because we know we got to pay taxes out on the stuff. So what we did was we set the tax fee already set inside of the price of the cup. And then you told your website or whatever the case is, no, the tax fee is not set in there. So that way you're charging taxes twice on this one cup, plus the fee that it costs you to make the cup. And then you set your shipping price to be anywhere between $8 and $18, even though shipping for this, because it doesn't even weigh a pound, even with the packaging slip, shipping for this shouldn't cost you more than $6, depending on where you ship it. Depends on where you ship it. Don't hold me to that. And so you done set your price up for like $55 just to purchase this. And then they're going to charge an additional $9.95 for shipping. How much it's going to charge? It's only going to charge $6 for shipping. And you done set them up to pay $15 for shipping because you put that in your price. And then you done charge them twice for tax. So that way you only paying so much for tax. And then you still making that money back times 2. You're cheating the system. You're cheating your state. You're cheating your customer. That's not benefiting you because eventually they're going to figure out what's going on. They're going to figure your price is too high. They're going to leave. That's what you call greed, and that's how it gets you in the hole. Okay? Set your price to be reasonable. It doesn't mean you have to be cheap. I try to be as cheap as I can for other people, but I've realized people are ungrateful. And if it's hurting me in the long run, it doesn't benefit me to do that. So set your prices to where they are benefiting your business, benefiting you, but they're not ripping anybody off. And also, do not take offense because somebody has something to say because they don't feel like they want to pay for your prices. They don't have to. They can go get that from somebody else. Set your prices accordingly. If you need a more in-depth video or detailed video of how I set my prices for my things, when do you adjust your prices, when do you decrease your prices, how you know if your price is right, how do you know if it's beneficial for you and your buyer, reach out. I'll make another video. But that's all that I have for this video, guys. I hope it's beneficial. I hope it helps. And I will catch you guys in the next... Pause! Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to all of your friends. It doesn't cost you a dime to subscribe. It doesn't cost you a dime to like or dislike the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope it's beneficial to you. And I will catch you guys in the next video.